Hi, everyone. I'm Christophe Choo with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Real Estate in beautiful Beverly Hills, California. Although a bit rainy and cloudy today, but I'm so honored and excited that I have truly one of the leaders in luxury real estate around the world, my very good friend, Craig Hogan, who is the Vice President of Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Real Estate Worldwide. So he's the gentleman that basically runs and heads the luxury division of our company worldwide. And with the situation in the last 3, 4 weeks and what's going on in the world, this is a great time for him and I to have a discussion because he is on the pulse every single day in the world with what's going on with luxury real estate, with all the top broker owners, franchisee owners around the world, from Spain to Mexico to China to India to France to Italy and London, everywhere. So I thought this was very valuable because in the world of luxury real estate, everything's kind of on pause right now, or slightly on pause or partially on pause, but people are still buying, people are still selling, and Craig is a great resource. So Craig, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm so glad you called and asked me to do this. I'm happy to be here with you.
And I can't believe that you've been our leader for luxury for 5 years. It's crazy.
I know, it's hard to believe. No, since August of 2015, and then
Wow.
we launched Global Luxury April 2017, and look at us now. I mean,
and Betty Graham was the president of Global Luxury before you, right?
yes, she was.
And Betty and I go back, 32 years, which is so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And that's one of the great things about you and I and our relationship and our company. We're survivors. We've been around forever. Look, as I talk about in my video conferences lately, look, it's, I've been doing this for 32 years. I mean, you're younger than me. So, but 32 years, I've been through riots, earthquakes, floods,
Yeah.
2 economic crises, housing crashes, market crashes. I've been through 10 major disasters, but we're all still here. We're survivors.
We're still here.
So you've been on a lot of conference calls the last few weeks. So what I'd like to talk about, since in the world of luxury, a lot of our clients may have multiple homes around the country, around the world. So I'd like to get your take on, some people are living in the fear of today. Oh, they read the headlines and the stock market this and the this and that, and they're like, oh, the market is going in the tanks. But that's really not the case. So share a little bit about, you've had many conference calls about around the world, what's going on and what your take is on the market moving forward.
Well, you're right. I mean, it's a lot of discussion going on right now. A lot of the people that we deal with they're not, buying their primary home. They might have second, third, fourth home, and so that's a very discretionary type of purchase, but
Exactly.
still going on.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on that we are on a little bit of a pause right now, but there are people that are buying. We do see transactions taking place. Granted, the landscape has changed. A lot of it's virtual.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's just, and I love that post that you did a few weeks ago that, all this virtual conversations new. Well, it's not that new. You were doing video 10 years ago, 12 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that. And I thought that post was so correct. But, even my husband, who's a broker with Coldwell Banker, he's had 2 closings this week. They were second and third homes in the upper bracket luxury market. They were virtual. It can be done. Times have changed, but we are on pause in different parts of the country at different times. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
Our different markets in different parts of the world. We're in 44 countries right now, so they're all experiencing their own moment. And this too shall pass.
Yeah, because Italy's one way, Spain's another,
right?
France is another, England's another. I mean, it's different all around the world. But like you said, look, I know buyers still have to buy, sellers still have to sell. Maybe there's not as many showings right now, but I mean, we got an offer yesterday in a property. We've got several escrows that are in process. Look, things are slower and things are more challenging, and a lot of us are trying to figure out new ways to do just simple things like moving things out of a house or accessing a high luxury condo building. So it's a new world, but we're all adapting. And but I know Coldwell Banker overall, and you as the head of the luxury division, have done a lot of new things to help the world today, or help our agents to be able to sell in this particular climate. So what are some of the things that you guys are doing that I've been using that are of value to people to buy and work today?
Well, I think, obviously virtual and video and all of that is just like, just jump to the forefront today.
Yeah.
And I think if an agent, wherever you are, if you haven't embraced new technology, you need to now. It's just, you need to now. But, today we announced for Global Luxury that we've actually increased our syndication for.
I saw that.
Yeah, now's the time, right? So we've added, I think maybe another 10 or 11 major sites, including Barron's and things like that for the Global Luxury syndication. We've got one of the biggest syndication packages in the industry, and we feel, you've got to be in front of the world in their language, in their format, in the way that they see and read, and what they're used to. It can't all be just us.
Yeah.
I know that we do tend to think that the U.S. is the center of the world, but I think maybe that's not the case, right? I think so right now, I think we're 116 portals. It's just now's the time to be in front of the world. I think another thing too, which I think is phenomenal, is that the investment in luxury print, not just with us, but just in luxury print, is on the rise. So yeah, I know. So a lot of people think print's dead. Well, in some categories it is. Yeah. Not in the really high end, in the luxury space. Yeah. So our magazine actually went to print yesterday. It's got, I know, I can't believe it. It's just like, we were like, oh my God, it was right on the edge, because everyone's not there. They're working virtually. So our copywriters, our editors, the print, they're all in different sections of the country. But it went to print yesterday, and it will be distributed around the world on the 21st to the 25th. Wonderful. We'll be in 11 to 15 countries, depending on shipping and how that's going to work out. But we keep moving on, and we keep keeping the listings for the agents in front of the world, because this too shall pass.
So that's very interesting, because having been through 9 or 10 different disasters in my real estate career of 32 years, which is normal in the world, things happen. Typically, when markets contract, agents contract. But in my opinion, I've always been of the opinion, when markets contract, agents pull back, that's a time to expand, because keep your out there, keep your presence out there. So that is a critical element. And some clients now are like, well, we want to wait until this is all over to put our house on the market or put it back on the market. I'm like, no. Right now, 35% increase in viewers online, according to Zillow yesterday, since people are home. And since there is a pause button, it was so great. They said, we all have shopping carts on our different places, our Amazon or whatever. We have our shopping carts. So people have shopping carts that are full right now all around the world. And once this pause button is just lifted, we have low inventory. A lot of buyers want to buy, the lowest mortgage rates in the history of America, pretty much. And so I think that if you're not online now and not promoting now, when that pause button is lifted, you're not going to be found, because people are saving you in the shopping cart now. Yeah. If you're not online, they may lose you in 2, 3, 4 weeks when we get out of this stuff, and you won't be found. So I think expansion in these kind of markets is so critically important, which is what we're doing. Expand as best we can, being cautious about finances and not overspending, but we can, move money around to market. But I think it's a critical element in today's time.
Yeah, you're spot on. So you can only do what you can do right now. And so we've got this incredible magazine that goes around the world. Those that bought into that, luckily for them, let's face it, we've got a lot of time to read magazines right now. The listings that are online, the syndication has never been greater. So yeah, we can't run out and meet the seller and the buyer right now, but we can certainly put our listings and our opportunities in front of them, so that they can put us in that cart that you're talking about. Because I know I've got a full cart too. If I could just get everything delivered, I just I still haven't figured that out.
The funny thing is that this is a Zoom call, but I've been using technology forever. Zoom and BombBomb and FaceTime, and way back. I was talking yesterday in one of my videos that back 11 years ago, I sold a $14 million property back then I had a flip cam. Remember those flip cameras? That was like the first video camera, and it was this beautiful kind of, it was a teardown for my clients. And I went there, it came on the market that day. I called the broker in the morning. I went there at like 11. I did a flip cam video inside, although they didn't care about that. I did a flip cam video of the property and the views, and they bought it sight unseen from a flip cam video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, not every buyer is like that, of course, but you can do a contract today and do a video on your phone, send it to them, a live video, make an offer subject to visual, physical inspection within 10, 12 days. We can still do things. We just have to figure out how to adapt and use the value of technology today. But we have so many tools at our disposal to do that.
You know what? When I started selling real estate, the MLS was a book.
Yeah, I remember those days.
I think back to that. That was 25 years ago, and I think about that, and I think about how the photos we took were the actual photos, the real photos, yes. And you would glue it to the brochure. I mean, that's how. First of all, that's how old I am, but we're in a new time. We're in a new time, and the world's in a different place. And I think you're accurate about it's time for everybody to get with it. I will tell you that. I think a lot of people will not make it through this as realtors because they're not with it, they're not skilled, and they're not embracing the technology that they need. Because if you think you can just sit around and wait on the phone to ring, I think maybe that's changed.
And a lot of people, I think, are a lot of human beings, a lot of agents, and a lot of people just in the world are a little bit paralyzed right now. Look, we all have moments of fear and concern. Look, I fill my days. Look, I still have a schedule. I'm sure you do as well. That I wake up every morning at 6. I do my meditations, get myself ready. I shave. I fix my hair. I get dressed, and I have 2, 3 conference calls a day that I'm like this one where we're doing interviews. I have 1 or 2 or 3 a day that I'm going on to listen and learn. I'm watching a lot of Gaia to learn about how to build my mindset and all that. Look, my schedule is almost busier now than it was before. The only difference is I'm not physically going out so much to show properties and or open houses and that kind of thing.
It's amazing. I think the days are actually, I was talking to some people yesterday, the days are actually just as full. It's just full with a different thing, right?
Different thing, exactly.
And I think it's 100% critical to, get this fixed, get this straight, get up, get dressed, get going. Don't let the day consume you.
Yeah.
Because it easily can now I'm a news junkie, but I do watch all kinds of news. I like to watch the markets. Although watching the markets is a little bit sad lately, but it is a barometer of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I think one would expect that I would pay attention to that with the world that I live in, the world that I work in. But I think this attitude, right? This mindset, I think it's what gets us through the day, because it's a challenging time.
And here's my question for you specifically about that, because I've talked a lot about mindset the last few weeks, just from a human being perspective and as an agent. But you're connected with, so many of our mutual friends that are broker owners. So basically with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury, if you're outside of the US, you are a franchise company. So I know all of the broker owners that own the franchises in France, Italy, Spain, China, India, South America, Mexico, all over the world. So you've been in, we're going to do a conference call in the next week or so, but you've already been on conference calls. What are the leaders in our company in the world that are running our companies around the world? What are they doing, or what have they shared with you about what they're doing to keep their mindset positive and their agents positive and moving forward every day? What can you share in that regards?
They just are, I have to say, they are an inspiration.
That's nice.
The international calls that we're on, we have those every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. my time, which is Central. And we have one a week that is scheduled period, where all the countries dial in. They're such an inspiration. They kind of help pick me up. I think also too, they've seen a lot of things. They've seen a lot of things, and this is just another. It's not just a speed bump, but they've seen a lot, and they've experienced a lot, and they seem to know how to keep moving and stay positive. They've probably ramped up their engagement like never before.
Yes.
So they are engaged with their agents on training. on skill set, on mindset. They have maybe like you said, the days are full now with calls, but they were the first if I think I'm correct, they were the first in my little world that I started seeing, wow, they're on the phone all day.
Yeah.
They're on video all day because they had no choice.
Yeah.
And they were an inspiration to me to help get our calls going. And I think I love the fact that we're actually sitting here looking at each other. You can't hide behind the camera. And, so, you can't sit in your sweatpants all day. You got to get up and get going. And,
there was a funny post yesterday. Someone posted on Facebook. It said, are you doing these 10 things every day? And it was like, wake up, brush your teeth, put your clothes on, shave. And I'm like, of course I'm doing those things every day. I'm like, what? I'm going to look like a homeless man sitting in my house? I mean, I'm not going to do it. But I just thought it was because I'm like, it was like 1 through 10. What are you doing? I didn't respond because I'm like, I'm doing all those things. But one of the great things about our company is most of the worldwide leaders I've known for at least 10 years, since we started doing our international conferences every year where I got to know everybody.
Yeah.
And they're all the same people, the same thing. And like Laurent and Vanda from France, this all started 3-4 weeks ago, but they put on this beautiful new campaign in France where every day they're posting this. I mean, they must have spent days and days or weeks putting this campaign together, all about home and the different. Home is I speak French.
Home is love.
Home is your royaume.
Yeah.
Royaume in French means your domain, not domain. Royaume is like if you're king, you have your royal serfs or whatever. But home is but I thought, just a simple image with family in a home and 2-3 words. I'm like, wow. They immediately, Laurent and Vanda, God bless them, my good friends, and you know them so well.
Yep.
But they just took what's going on. Let's figure out a way to solve this and figure out a way to keep ourselves out there.
Yeah.
I see they're spending more money on ads because I see a lot more of them. So again, it's more expansion right now versus contraction.
Yeah, they've just done a beautiful job. And I have to tell you, Italy, my heart just broke for Italy when the news came out. And then of course, Spain was next, and just watching all of that. But wow, did they ever come up with creative ways to let the world know we're here, we're alive, we love you. And when we get through this, we will be here to get you to the next point. And they all did such beautiful jobs. So I did a blog post on the luxury blog. This was, I guess, 3 weeks ago. So I spoke about Italy specifically because it was so intense there at the moment. And I love that whole Italy strong in the heart and the
yes, I love that.
It was just beautiful, and they've all turned that into marketing pieces to let people know that when this is over, we're here.
Yeah, and it's nice because like Cassiano Sabatini, who owns Italy, and Laurent from France. I'm lucky I'm able to contact them and touch base with them one-on-one. And how are you doing? What's going on? What are you doing there? It's great what they're doing. And even today, I was talking with Paolo in southern Italy. I forget which island in Italy. He was talking about his family and what's going on, and I want to know what's going on with the marketplace. So we're so lucky that really, even though Co-Banker is one of the largest companies in the world for real estate with 93,000 agents, but yet at the high level, we're all family. We can all pick up the phone and call each other. The owner brokers and the top agents all around the world, we're all connected. Which is such a special thing because most agents are kind of sitting there like an island in the middle of the ocean. They have no connections. Thank God. I can pick up the phone and I just texted, hey, let's do a conference. So you're like, I'm in. That's an amazing thing and power to have with the global company, particularly in these hard times. And look, let's face it, Coldwell Banker has been around 114 years. So look, I've only been 32 years.
We have seen it all.
Yeah, I think one of the Co-Banker people said yesterday about the 114-year history and how the company's been through everything, but we're still here. We're all going to still be here.
We are. You're right. I'm on the conference calls all day long, and one thing that has definitely been talked about is that we've been through it all. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Now, you and I have been doing this business for a long time, so we've seen all that too. So I remember the days when mortgage, interest rates were 18%.
Yes, I talked about that several times the last couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
which I still can't even believe that was ever a thing, but
I know.
it was reality. And
Yeah.
then, I'll never forget the 2006, 7, and 8. And, I thought the world was coming undone at that point,
Right. Right.
but we got through that. And then here we are again, and it's a very different kind of time. We're all sitting looking outside, like today in Chicago. It's absolutely gorgeous. The sun is shining.
Nice.
It is 41 degrees, so I could do with
We have your weather today. It's gray, cloudy, and raining.
but here everything's gorgeous out there, and we're stuck. And but I think I saw this post on something, Instagram or something. We're not stuck at home. We're safe at home.
That's true.
And I think, we're really lucky, man. We're really lucky. We got everything in the world. If I could just get Amazon to deliver quicker.
Look, I've been trying to buy Amazon from Whole Foods for
Yeah.
2 weeks. There's no delivery slots. It's like,
You know what I found out? 1:00 in the morning.
oh,
That's when they open them up. Get on there at 1
we have
a.m.
canned foods and things like that. So actually, I'm going to do a post this week because Wolfgang Puck Spago, you and I have been there a number of times together.
Yeah.
So look, I can still pick up Spago delivery, or whatever. But I have some cans of Wolfgang Puck soup, which I tried the other night, and it was actually quite good. So I'm going to do a photo post of me with the Wolfgang Puck canned soup that I know
love it.
because I can't go to Spago.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is just an interesting time. And I love the fact that everyone's reaching out and talking and communicating. And, something I was thinking about this morning, we've communicated all of us collectively more than we ever have before.
It's true.
And I think it's something we should not let go.
Yeah.
I think I've certainly witnessed that real estate I don't know if it's changed permanently. That's my opinion. Just as an individual, I think some things have changed. I think we now know you can do a lot of things that you didn't think you could do before. I think we all now know that you can do a lot of things virtually.
Yep.
But we can never be replaced.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We're luckily essential services, but I always knew we were.
Yeah.
When this lockdown came down and there was no rules, I'm like, wait a minute, real estate I know is an essential service. I was out doing what I had to do carefully with my mask. Where's my mask, by the way? I gotta show it to you. You're gonna laugh.
I'm sure you've got a great one.
Well, I don't have the Louis Vuitton one. I'm not gonna do that. Even though I love luxury, this is not the time to be doing that. So this is my little.
Not the time. There you go. That's a great one.
N95 mask that I wear.
I love it. I love it.
And even this morning, Beverly Hills mandated you have to wear the mask, even if you're taking a walk outside.
Yeah.
When you're outside, you got to wear the mask, which is good. Look, we need to protect each other, stay healthy, because if we don't, quelch this down sooner than later, it's going to be a challenge, a really serious challenge. But I think I
agree 100%. I think. So, I've been in home at quarantined, I guess you call it. I mean, I've been here since February 28th.
Wow.
So I remember,
because you came back from Washington.
Yes, I was in Seattle.
Quarantine before this all happened because you were concerned about exposure to other people and exposing others.
Exactly. Yes. It was the week before you and I went to that wonderful restaurant you got me into that wasn't even open yet.
Oh, yeah, the Gucci Osteria.
Yes, it was fabulous.
We were one of the first customers there.
we were. So then, so I was then in Seattle, and that was February 27th, and then I came back, and so I just sat here at home, and I thought to myself, if there's ever a time to just sit your butt down and stay inside, it would be now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I could use a haircut.
Me too. Luckily, I knew this was coming down, so day before the lockdown, I just felt it instinctively. We bought all of our supplies months ago, but I went to get my haircut. It's now been almost 3.5 weeks. It's getting a little bit on the long side. Gabrielle asked me to cut her hair the other day. I'm like, I'm not cutting your hair. We don't have the proper scissors. We don't have the tools. Like, and all of a sudden, 2 hours later, she said, look, I cut my own hair. I'm like, oh my God, no. Thank God we're not going out anywhere.
Well, Rudy asked me to cut his hair, and he told me he'd cut mine, and he said if I screw it up, no one will see it anyway.
Exactly.
So don't worry about it. So, and my best to Gabrielle. I hope she's hanging in there.
She's doing great. She's fine. She's home. She's learned to cook. She's learned to clean. She's even learned to garden, like trimming trees and cleaning plants and moving pots. I mean, there's nothing else to do, right? She's not going to luncheons and parties every day. So she's sitting at home, you know?
Well,
taking time to enjoy life more and look at the important things in life and friendships and communication. Now, fine, look, every day I'm supposed to call 5 or 10 past clients in Sphere. I don't always do that, but now I actually have the time to do that, which is great.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's like a great maybe leave behind for people is to, you know, just reach out and call people. Now's the time to do it. They're at home. They're at home.
Yeah.
So if there was ever time to reach out to them, now is it. And don't be so salesy. Don't try to sell them anything.
Oh yeah, no selling.
Just check on them. Just say hi, thinking about you. Just wanted to make sure you're, you know, that kind of thing. I think it's a good time for that.
I've been calling so many past clients in Sphere the last 3 weeks. Nothing to do with real estate. Just calling to check with them. How are they doing? What can I do to assist them? And I've gotten a number of referrals, and I didn't ask for it. It was just simply, honestly, from my heart. When I believe in the universe, and when that little voice, oh, call this one, like I take a little note sheet on my phone and the notes. Oh, like I'll be brushing my teeth in my own, like, oh, I got to call this one and that one. I put my notes in and I call them. You know, birthdays, instead of just doing a Facebook message or a text, oh, it's their birthday, let me call them today.
Yeah.
Connect people. So to me, it's about connection, loving people, keeping your mindset straight, doing your work every day, keeping some kind of schedule, and keep moving it forward. Look, our clients still need our support and need our advice and need our positivity. Look, we all have down moments, but I'm not sharing those. I deal with it. I get over it quickly. And I'm like, okay, if I take myself out of my head and my fears and my worries and focus on what I can do, like this call, I wanted to send this out to agents and everywhere around the world and clients so they can kind of see what's going on around the world in luxury, what you're taking as a leader of luxury for our company, so they can, you know, put their mind at ease or at least know what's going on, be informed. Educated and informed. Yeah. So what advice do you have before we finish our chat today that you'd like to share with everyone?
Well, I guess to the network, I would just share, you know, we're all in this together for sure. We're a strong brand. We've seen everything. Yep. You know, this too shall pass. We will keep going. Things might look a little different on the other side, but you know, after 114 years, you know, we've been on a lot of other sides, right?
Exactly.
We're still here to support, and we're continuing to launch new initiatives, and we're not slowing down. It just looks a little different. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But you know, here we are. A magazine going around the world is on the press roll right now. We're launching new syndication sites. I mean, that's our way of staying in the mix and saying we're still here with you. Exactly. We can't be there with you physically, right? We can't do that, but we're doing everything we can to let you know that we're going to be here on the other side with you.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate you, everything you do for our company and the luxury agents around the world. I can't wait to see you again physically at some point again in the future. And but thank you for the call today, and it's been great. And stay safe and well. And hello to Rudy. And let's keep it moving on forward.
All the best.
Thanks so much.
All the best. You got it.
Cool.